Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video I want to introduce you guys to the shock strap coming up. So hey guys, just a little backstory before I begin talking about the shock strap. So last summer when I purchased the X-Mark Turf Tracer, I loaded it into my trailer and used some traditional ratchet straps that you get from the hardware store, like these guys here exactly. I drove down to my first client, hit some bumps in the road as usual. But lo and behold, I didn't know, with some of those bumps, how hard I was actually hitting them, being in the comfort of the truck. Anyways, I got to the first client, got out of the truck, went to the back of the trailer, and lo and behold, I saw that the turf tracer was sideways in the trailer, and the two ratchet straps that I used were nowhere to be found. They were completely gone, no trace of them or anything. So this just gave me sort of a light bulb moment, because I was thinking at that moment, like, that's crazy. This could have been pretty tragic. And luckily, my trailer has, even though it's an open trailer, it has 5-foot high walls around it, and the mower was contained. But I started to think about all you guys with open trailers with just the sort of 1 foot or 12-inch, side rails on the sides, and how tragic that sort of an event could turn out with the failure of a traditional ratchet strap. You could lose a mower and potentially cause some serious injury or even death to people around you, if that mower flew out into traffic, say you're, turning a corner or something like that. So, when I saw these shock straps, I had never seen them before up to, just a few months ago. And I started to notice them and immediately started to think about that day when those straps had failed on me. And up to that point, I didn't even think it was a possibility. It never even entered my mind that ratchet straps could fail in the way that they do, and that they could fail so easily. So let's talk a bit about the shock straps. So these are the 1.5-inch shock straps. They're also available in a larger 2-inch version as well. You can also get shock straps in a 1-inch cam style mechanism. But for the 1.5 units that Shockstrap sent me, they come in a 7-foot length. They have a 2-year warranty and a 3,000-pound braking strength. So what makes these different versus your traditional ratchet strap that you get from any sort of tool or hardware store? Well, they feature these built-in urethane shock absorbers that actually stretch. So what happens here with the traditional, ratchet strap is you tend to put them on, you hook them on your trailer, maybe wrap them around, your equipment, then you hook the other end, you start to, ratchet them and tight them, or make them nice and tight on there. But what happens, and what I learned through that incident, was that as you're going down the road and you hit bumps and things are, flexing around, you've got even just the air in your tires that can compress as the weight of the mower is going up and down. And what happens is when you hit large bumps like that, that weight can shift, that mower can shift, and in that just momentarily loss of tension when the load shifts, these hooks that you have can actually come undone quite easily when there's no tension on the actual strap. And that's what happened in the case of my straps is, as I hit those bumps, the load would have shifted a bit and released the tension on this actual strap, and the hooks came undone, and that's why I didn't see the straps anywhere, because they were gone. They fell off the side of the trailer somewhere down the road. So with the shock strap, what happens is it's got these, like I said, urethane shock absorbers, and when you tighten down these straps, these shock absorbers actually stretch. So what happens is once you have these stretched out a bit, as you're going down the road, any of the flex or shift in the weight of your load that you're carrying down the road just causes the shock absorber there to, contract and then also to expand again. But all the while, it's always keeping the right amount of tension on the rest of the actual strap and the hooks. So they never, ever come undone because regardless of how that load is going up and down in the trailer, when you hit large bumps, there's always the correct amount of tension on the shock straps. The other nice thing you might think of is what happens, if you have these stretched out or you hit a huge bump or something happens and it causes these, urethane shock absorbers to break. If that ever were to happen, they have a fail-safe in them. So I don't know if you can see from the picture here. So they have the shock absorber, and attached to either side of the actual strap, there's another safety strap attaching both sides. So if the shock absorber were to ever fail catastrophically, there's no worry about the actual strap, coming apart in two pieces. You have that safety measure in place to keep the load secure, until the next time, that you happen to pull over and notice it, if it's something that fails like that. So like I said, it comes with a 2-year warranty, and on this 1.5-inch shock strap, it's got a 3,000 pound braking strength. Now the other shock strap style that they sent me was these cam style shock straps. So if you guys are familiar with these, with the traditional ratcheting strap, you put the nylon loop through it, you ratchet it down, and that's what tightens it. With the cam style, you're feeding the actual strap itself through this little ratcheting mechanism that you can just release with your thumb, and you just pull it tight, and that prevents the actual strap from loosening. Now the nice thing about the shock strap is that they feature some really aggressive teeth in there to grip down on that nylon webbing to make sure that it doesn't come loose as well. And of course, they feature the shock absorber as well. So what you won't find on these particular smaller cam locks, of course, is that these are a lighter duty version of the shock strap. So they don't have the safety strap with them. And they also don't feature any sort of latch mechanism like these larger ones do. So another safety feature of these larger ones that I forgot to mention is that it has these little latch straps as well. So once you have this hooked into place, that kind of clips in there, and it also prevents, it's another safety feature that prevents these hooks from coming undone. Until you, of course, squeeze them and, unhook the actual hook itself. And you'll notice that the hooks on the shock strap, regardless of whether they're the cam ones or these ratcheting ones, that they're all really oversized. And that can, really help out when you're trying to hook your ratcheting strap to your trailer. A lot of times I found that it's a tight fit, that you're trying to hook this maybe particularly around a piece of equipment to pull it tight. And this loop here on these traditional ratcheting straps that you get at hardware stores just aren't big enough to get around handlebars and things like that. Where with the shock strap ones, you can see just the ginormous difference there in size between the two hooks, and how much easier that would be to get around equipment or handlebars, motorcycles, ATVs, all that sort of stuff. So just a lot bigger straps as well. Of course, the same goes for you can tell there with the ratcheting ones, just big oversized hooks, really well made, lots of strength in those. So I'm going to be using these shock straps throughout the course of this year to tie down the loads on the back of my trailer and see how they respond and how they hold up to the day-to-day use for a landscaper, unloading and loading mowers at each and every, customer's house throughout the course of the year. And of course, my trailer is, like I said, it's an open trailer. Basically, it's got high sides, but there's no top, so they're going to be exposed to the weather, the sun in the summer, the UV rays with those, as well as all the constant rain we get here in the Pacific Northwest region as well. So I will do an updated video later on towards the end of the season as far as an official long-term use review for this product. But I wanted to get this out, in front of you guys. Make you guys aware of this product. Like I said, I had never heard about the shock strap until recently. I've just always constantly been buying the regular standard ratcheting straps, and even after I had that failure, I kept buying regular ratcheting straps because I didn't see any other option out there. And like I said, once I saw these, I knew right away, they were solving a problem that I didn't think I had until that point. So I just thought very important, especially with you guys with open trailers with low sides when you're securing, your average commercial mowers are so heavy and you're securing those loads to, make sure, this could be a viable option for you guys to use something to keep, your crews and the people around you safe. So that's it for this one, guys. I'll leave a link down below to the Shock Strap website where you can get any other information that you may need on this product, on all of the different lengths and sizes and styles, and even colors that are available in the Shock Strap to suit any of your ratchet strap type needs. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I'll also leave a link down below to my Amazon affiliate store where you can check out some of the podcast t-shirts and some of the other products that I have tested and reviewed on this channel and in the podcast as well. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.